Hello there guys, welcome to another of my live videos. So on this video there is quite a few things to negotiate about. So according to recent reports, Manchester United have taken a £140 million loan to help us through the coronavirus crisis and also could fund our summer transfer business. Our revolving credit facility is £150 million, but we have drawn £140 million out of the £150 million credit facility. So that is according to recent reports. Now, like I said, our latest financial figures got revealed last Thursday, when Ed Woodward had spoken to investors on a conference call. And like I said, our debt had risen up by almost £130 million. Our net debt is now around £429.1 million, with the club no longer predicting revenues of up to £580 million. Don't forget, Ed Woodward also mentioned on the statement last week after the conference call that the coronavirus pandemic is one of the hardest moments in Manchester United's 142-year history. And I think the coronavirus pandemic alone has cost us around £28 million. Don't forget, was it last month or just over a month ago, Ed Woodward did admit that we will not do business as usual in the summer transfer market. So in that aspect, he ruled out big transfers to Manchester United. And he did say, we won't be spending hundreds of millions of pounds on players. But Solskjaer also did make an admission saying that, we are going to enjoy a different transfer window, than the recent ones that we have currently enjoyed and that. So yeah, so Manchester United have taken around a £140 million loan. So I think Solskjaer's got around a £150 million transfer budget and that. So that is the latest news on that. And like I said, there is a lot of players on our agenda. Our priority targets are Jadon Sancho and Jack Grealish. Of course, Jadon Sancho is our number one priority target. Of course, as well, us getting rid of players in the summer transfer window, we're going to generate funds. So like I said, if we can get rid of Paul Pogba, we're going to generate funds for him. I think we are planning on getting rid of around 6 or 7 players in the summer transfer market. I have an idea of the players that Man United are going to get rid of. I think we're definitely not going to get rid of Phil Jones. We're going to get rid of Jesse Lingard. We're going to get rid of Andres Pereira. We're going to get rid of Smalling permanently. I think we're going to get rid of Rojo permanently. Dalot could possibly leave the football club. Sanchez, maybe he will be loaned back out because we'll find it very difficult to get rid of Sanchez permanently, reflecting on his substantial wages. Possibly, Angel Gomez could go as well. So definitely no players are going to leave Manchester United in the summer transfer window. Like I said though, when we signed the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire last summer, that taken a dent on our finances. Let's just put that into the equation. Obviously, so far, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has enjoyed 3 transfer windows at Manchester United. In the 2 previous transfer windows, he has recommended 5 players in, and I think spent around £220 million. Well, he's made 4 permanent signings, and of course, he got Odion Ighalo in on loan in January. But don't forget, Solskjaer didn't recommend anyone in his first transfer window at the club. So the summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's 4th transfer window as Manchester United manager. Now, don't forget, not too long ago, Solskjaer had been given words in private regarding our transfers. And it actually mentioned that Solskjaer's transfer limit had been set. And he said we are reluctant to pay any more than 60 or 70 million pounds for any player. But yeah, so we have taken this £140 million loan to get us through. A lot of clubs are going to face an unprecedented summer transfer window. And I think, we can enjoy the perfect summer transfer window because I do believe that the top 6 clubs do fear our transfer strategy. And don't forget, Solskjaer has said he wants to make around 3 or 4 signings in the summer transfer window because he believes we need around 3 or 4 signings to become title contenders next season. And of course, he's identified the areas in the squad where he does want to strengthen up. And Solskjaer knows he's got the backing of Ed Woodward because Ed Woodward has said quite a few times throughout the course of this season that he's willing to back Solskjaer. Perhaps Ed Woodward believes that Solskjaer is the foreseeable future for Man United. Also, too, Solskjaer's got the backing of the Glazers because the Glazers recently revealed their stance on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's future. Like I said, we've paid approximately 1.5 billion in 15 years for the privilege of being owned by the Glazers. I think the Glazers have nearly received £200 million or something like that. Like I mentioned to you, the Glazers have got no intentions of selling Manchester United. They were only willing to let a Saudi Arabian consortium buy 20% of the share because I think it revealed last year that the Glazers had been in negotiations with the Saudi Arabians over possibly selling the football club, but I think the Glazers were only willing to sell Man United if an offer of 2 billion or 3 billion came into the equation. That so the Glazers will be staying at Manchester United, even though a lot of Man United fans are demanding the Glazers out. We've also been demanding Ed Woodward out. We've been very, very critical of Ed Woodward for several years, reflecting on how poor our recruitment policy's been. He's been criticised, for us overpaying for players, because I will make the admission we have overpaid for players. We have overpaid for players in recent years, let's be honest. So there you go. But like I said, Solskjaer does deserve at least another season at Manchester United. He deserves another season, and he does deserve at least a couple of more transfer windows. Because he's still in the process of rebuilding this Manchester United team. Like I said, it's a transition period, and it's been a transition period for a long time. But like Solskjaer revealed at the beginning of the year, he's hopeful that we can get through this transition period. But he will be given another season at Manchester United. Don't forget, Solskjaer was very, very close to getting sacked early on in the season. And at that point, there was talks of Mauricio Pochettino coming in. There was also talks of Massimiliano Allegri coming in. Don't forget, went in for Pochettino before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got the job permanently in March. The main explanation why we give Solskjaer the job permanently was reflecting on what he did in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager and that. But don't forget, I was very, very critical of Solskjaer earlier on this season. A lot of United fans were very, very critical of Solskjaer earlier on in the season. But like I've said to you, I have seen improvements under Solskjaer. I really, really have. I think, we've definitely improved in the transfer market under Solskjaer. Solskjaer's recommended the players that I wanted to recommend in, and we've been a bit more sensible with our recruitment. Also, too, I think there's players that have definitely improved under Solskjaer. I think the likes of Martial's done very, very well. Luke Shaw's done very, very well. I think Fred's done very, very well because Fred's been given his opportunities. Rashford's done very, very well. But like I mentioned, all them players that I've just mentioned to you, all endured a very, very difficult time under the Jose Mourinho era. Of course, Jose Mourinho's got a bad reputation with top players. He really, really hasn't that. But Solskjaer, has revealed the changes he has made at Manchester United since replacing Jose Mourinho back in December 2018. But he has been here over a year now. Solskjaer's been here. Is it a good 17 months or something like that? And, and like I said, when the season does resume, Solskjaer will be under pressure to keep this good run of form up. He will be under pressure, because before the football season got suspended, we was in a good vein of form. We are unbeaten in our last 11 games in all competitions. Like I mentioned, our record against the Big Six sides this season has also been very, very good, so that's also improved. We've taken 17 points against the Big Six sides this season. Against the Big Six sides this season, and So there you go. And like I said, there's decisions that Manchester United have got to make before the football season resumes. Like I said, we've got to make a decision on Pogba's future, got to make a decision on Delors' future. We've got to resolve Angel Gomez's future because we are at the risk of losing Angel Gomez on a free transfer. I think Solskjaer also has got to work out his best 11, because he's been making a lot of rotation in the squad this season, but the main explanation for that is because Man United have had a lot of injuries. Also, too, I think he's got to work out his best formation because let's be honest, Solskjaer's been changing formation persistently this season. He's been going with like the 4-2-3-1 a lot, but he's also gone with the 4-3-3 a few times. He's also gone with the 3-5-2. For my own perception, will look more expansive with that 3-5-2 formation. And yeah, like I mentioned, there's decisions he's got to make in the summer transfer window. What players is he going to recommend in, and what players is he going to get rid of, and that is the question. That is the question. But yeah, the season's going to be resuming sometime next month, which is very, very good. We don't know an exact date yet. There's been a few different dates that have been mentioned, but I know it's going to be sometime next month when the season's going to be resuming. Now there's talks of it resuming on the 26th of June. Obviously, there's been talks of it resuming on the 19th and the 18th. There was also talks of it resuming on the 12th of June. It just depends on the fitness levels, doesn't it? That's all it depends on the fitness levels. I don't think, games will be venued at neutral grounds because, like I said, too many clubs were protesting against that. Obviously, games are going to be played behind closed doors for a very, very long time. The Premier League has been suspended since the 13th of March? So it's been suspended now, is it for a good 10 weeks or something like that? Like I said, Premier League clubs and that voted to return to a contract training group and that. So this is, another step forward to resuming the season. Like I said, though, we have got a fully fit squad for when the season does resume. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did confirm quite a few weeks ago. So Marcus Rashford's now back from his back injury. Paul Pogba is now back from his ankle injury, which is very, very good news because, like I mentioned, Rashford and Pogba have been big misses for us throughout the course of this season. I think the La Liga is supposed to be resuming as well on the 8th of June. Tottenham Man United is the first Premier League game back. Really, really looking forward to that. It's going to be a very, very good game. It's live on Friday Night Football. Don't forget, we were supposed to be playing Tottenham on the 15th of March, but due to the lockdown and that, we couldn't do that. And Solskjaer, of course, is looking to beat Jose Mourinho for the second time as manager. He's already beaten him once. Because don't forget, we're beating Tottenham earlier on in the season by 2-1. Solskjaer's beaten Tottenham twice as a manager so far. So in total, he'll be looking to beat Tottenham for the third time as a manager. Like I said, we've got priorities for when the season resumes. Like I mentioned, the FA Cup's a priority for us. Also, too, the Europa League's a priority for us. Because that's a chance for us getting some silverware on the board. Like I said, we're into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We're into the last 8 of the Europa League. So if we could win the FA Cup and the Europa League, or at least one of them, he can say it would be a memorable first full season for Solskjaer. It will be a memorable first full season for him because we've not yet won out in terms of silverware under Solskjaer. We have lacked silverware in the last 6 or 7 years. Since Fergie left, we've only won 3 trophies, and that was the FA Cup under Van Gaal and the Europa League and the League Cup under Jose Mourinho and that. So there you go. So it would be a memorable first full season for him. Don't forget as well, we are chasing that top 4. That's the top 4's an ambition for us as well. We are sitting 5th in the Premier League at the moment. We are sitting 3 points behind Chelsea in the Premier League. And it says, if we get qualification for the Champions League for next season, we do receive a £50 million boost on our finances. So that obviously would be very, very good. So, we have got quite a few priorities. We really, really have. But there's 92 games to play in all competitions and that. And Solskjaer, did say, reflecting on the last win which was 5-0 before the football season got suspended, he said it will help Man United play with no fans, because obviously, we have now got that experience. So, there you go. So, there you go and that. But yeah, so you saw my videos that I did yesterday. And I give you, didn't I, the news on Jadon Sancho and Alexis Sanchez, because there was reports coming out. This was stemming from Mundo Deportivo, and they'd said that we'd offered Alexis Sanchez to Borussia Dortmund as part of a swap deal to get Jadon Sancho. Now, obviously, Sanchez is out on loan at Inter Milan at the moment, and he's been very, very inconsistent on his loan spell with Inter Milan, but I think he's been injured. Like I said, Sanchez is facing a dilemma because Inter Milan don't want to get him permanently. We don't want him back at Manchester United, despite Solskjaer saying in January that Sanchez will come back to prove everybody wrong. And that Sanchez did endure a difficult 18 months at Manchester United. Don't forget, we got him in January 2018 as part of a swap deal of Mkhitaryan going to Arsenal. Sanchez didn't live up to expectations as we all thought he would have done, and he failed to rediscover the form of what he produced in his 3.5, 4 years of Arsenal, and also, he failed to rediscover, the form of what he did at Barcelona when he was younger under Pep Guardiola's guidance. Sanchez has got a contract with us until 2022, but the stumbling block of this swap deal materialising is Sanchez's substantial wages, because his wages at Man United are like 400 grand a week, potentially rising up to 500 grand a week based on the image rights and the bonuses and stuff like that. So his wages, could be the stumbling block. So yeah, so we've offered Alexis Sanchez, as part of a swap deal for Jadon Sancho. Like I said to you, Jadon Sancho is our number one priority target. I think Jadon Sancho's recently been out with a calf injury. He has been out with a calf injury. Since the Bundesliga returned, he has been benched in all of the 3 games that they've played since it returned. He was benched against Schalke, he was benched against Wolfsburg, and on Tuesday he was benched against Bayern Munich. But he has made substitute appearances as Jadon Sancho. But reflecting on him being on the bench for these games, he's got a lot of Manchester United fans talking in that. Don't forget, it mentioned, was it earlier on this week, that Jadon Sancho's move to Manchester United depends on Manchester City having their European ban upheld. City's 2-year European ban will be heard by the CAS next month, so we'll know the outcome maybe on the 8th, the 9th or the 10th of June, maybe the 11th. I think it will be one of them dates. City got banned from Europe for breaking financial fair play rules. This is why, they got banned. Obviously, they appealed against the decision, but, the appeal is a long process. Now, don't forget, I think Jadon Sancho did say his preferred option would be a move to Manchester United if he does leave Borussia Dortmund in the summer transfer window. But Borussia Dortmund do remain ruthless over their valuation. They have said, they do want at least £100 million for Sancho. We said the other week we are not willing to smash our transfer record for Sancho. It did say we want to get him in a cut price deal. It said we want to get him for around 60 or 70 million pounds, but neither of them figures are going to be enough to convince Dortmund to offload him. Now, don't forget, the Borussia Dortmund managing director was talking the other week, and he said that he expects players' transfer valuations to drop due to the coronavirus crisis. And then you have David Ornstein, who is a very reliable journalist and very credible as well, and he said there's a very high chance that Sancho will join Manchester United in the summer transfer window, because we do remain the favourites to get him. We first expressed our interest in Jadon Sancho in 2017. This was before he went to Borussia Dortmund. But there's been a lot of clubs in for him. There's been Chelsea in for him, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool and all of that. So there you go. But I outlined a couple of reasons why it would be beneficial for us to recommend Jadon Sancho in, is because he's got a very, very good friendship with Rashford. He's well proven in the Premier League. Borussia Dortmund is the third club in his playing career, and this has been his third season with Borussia Dortmund. But since his arrival in Germany, he has been a revelation. Like I said, before he was at Dortmund, he was at Man City. I enjoyed a couple of years with them. But the main explanation why I left Manchester City is because he didn't get any first team opportunities. And before he was at City, he was at Watford. He began his footballing career at Watford, and he was at Watford for several years. Now, Borussia Dortmund only paid £8 million in from Man City in 2017. That's all they paid for him. So Dortmund, of course, if they do sell him, will make a huge profit on the player. Sancho's still got a contract with Dortmund until 2022. But I think quite a few clubs have been in negotiations with his representatives. Don't forget, we've confirmed we are willing to offer Jadon Sancho the number 7. Like I said, we have got number 7 vacant at the moment, but we've had a lot of good number 7s up and down the generations. Like I said, we had the likes of Ronaldo, best player we've had in the Premier League era, George Best, Eric Cantona, David Beckham. These are the players that we've had in number 7. You know, we had Michael Owen at one point in that number 7. But our recent number 7s have been inconsistent because Depay was inconsistent when we got him under Van Gaal. Sanchez was very, very inconsistent. So there you go. But I think Sancho would go well in our attacking line alongside the likes of Rashford, Martial and Mason Greenwood and that. Maybe we could change Daniel James's role if we do recommend Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window. Like I've said, Tino, Dortmund are known as a selling football club because they have let quite a few of their players go to the Premier League in recent years. You know, they lost the likes of Ilkay Gundogan, Mkhitaryan, Kagawa, Pulisic, Aubameyang. There's players that they've let go as well who didn't go to the Premier League, and that was Ousmane Dembele and Matt Hummels. They've recruited quite a few players in as well, though. You know, they got Haaland in January for 17 million. You know, they also got Thorgan Hazard recently, not too long ago. They got Julian Braun, Emre Can. So, there you go. But we've been in negotiations with Jadon Sancho's agent, and we've been working on his contract for quite some time. But yeah, so this £140 million loan, you know, it could help us, you know, to actually, you know, get the players that we do want in the summer transfer window. I give you the news, by the way, on Jude Bellingham yesterday from Birmingham. Like I mentioned, you know, there's been a lot of negativity coming out regarding Jude Bellingham. From our perspective, it's negativity because, according to reports from the German press, Jude Bellingham has agreed to join Borussia Dortmund, and he has rejected a move to Manchester United. Now, obviously, you know, it came out a couple of months ago, these stories saying that, you know, Borussia Dortmund were emerged as the favourites to sign Jude Bellingham. Probably, you know, Borussia Dortmund are seeing him as an adequate replacement for Jadon Sancho. Now, he has been one of our priority targets as Jude Bellingham. Don't forget, we did say quite a few weeks ago that we've made a promise to Jude Bellingham if he does sign for Manchester United in the summer. You know, he says, you know, he will immediately get into the first team. So we have offered him a senior role. You know, Jude Bellingham, I said, it's going to cost him the £30-odd million range because this is what, you know, Birmingham do want for him. You know, don't forget, he said as well quite a few weeks ago that we wanted Jude Bellingham's brother as part of the deal. His brother is Joe Bellingham, and he's just the age of 15. But Jude Bellingham's only 16 himself. Don't forget, back in March, Jude Bellingham had visited our Carrington training ground. Obviously to hold talks with Sir Alex Ferguson. Also to Ed Woodward had had negotiations with his parents. So at that point, that had fueled speculation up. Like I said, this has been Jude Bellingham's first season in the Championship. First season in the senior squad in the Championship with Birmingham, and I've got to make an admission, he has been a revelation. I think he's played around 30-odd games for Birmingham this season. Don't forget, made his debut at the age of 16 years and 38 days. And I think he's going to be signing his professional contract when he does turn 17, Jude Bellingham. I think he's nearly 17 now. His current salary at the moment is only £145 a week. So Jude Bellingham now to Manchester United looks off. You know the news on Jack Grealish as well. I've been keeping you up to date of what's been going on with Jack Grealish, you know, because he's another one of our priority targets. Don't forget, Aston Villa did say that they do want £80 million for Grealish, regardless of whether they get relegated or not. You had Alan Hutton coming out the other week, not too long ago, saying that it's impossible for Villa to keep Jack Grealish if they do get relegated. Villa are sitting in the bottom three at the moment. Aston Villa are sitting in the bottom three at the moment, and that. I think there was stories coming out as well the other week saying that we could offer up to 5 of our players, you know, to get Jack Grealish, because maybe we've got strong reservations about paying £80 million for him. You know, I don't personally speaking, I don't think Jack Grealish is worth £80 million. I really don't. I really don't think he's worth that. Don't forget, Alex McLeish revealed back in 2012 as well that Manchester United did try to sign Jack Grealish. He was just the age of 16 then. You know, was Grealish. So there you go. So yeah, there has been so many players on our agenda. You know the news as well on Odion Ighalo. Like I said, Odion Ighalo could leave the football club by the end of the week, because Odion Ighalo's loan spell at the football club expires on the 31st of May, which is this Sunday. Now, Odion Ighalo has made a personal request of extending his loan at Manchester United. So Odion Ighalo does want to remain at the football club, and also too, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants him to stay, because Solskjaer is recently talking about Odion Ighalo's future. Now, as far as I'm aware, we have not yet made any offer to Shanghai Shenhua. I think we're still remaining negotiations with Shanghai Shenhua over extending Odion Ighalo's loan. Don't forget, Odion Ighalo's agent did recently reveal that we're close to agreeing a contract extension for him. You know, but Shanghai Shenhua have said, you know, that they do expect Odion Ighalo to return in time for the start of the new Chinese Super League season. I think we wanted to extend Odion Ighalo's loan for a further 3 months, but Shanghai Shenhua had rejected this proposal. You know, we did get Odion Ighalo in on loan in January. On deadline day, we paid around $4 million to get him on loan. We are paying like a third of his wages at the moment. We're paying him like 100 grand a week. Shanghai Shenhua have offered him a 3.5-year contract worth 400 grand a week to convince him to turn down a permanent move to Man United. And, you know, don't forget, Shanghai Shenhua did say they want around 20 or 30 million pounds to get rid of Odion Ighalo permanently, but we may have reservations about paying 20 or 30 million to get him permanently. But Ighalo has been a very good cover-up to Marcus Rashford. But like I mentioned, obviously, you know, Marcus Rashford is now back. Don't forget, Ighalo's got 4 goals in 3 starts for the football club. But obviously, you know, if Ighalo is to go, then, you know, what striker are Manchester United going to sign? And there's been a hell of a lot of strikers on our agenda. There really has. You know, Joshua King's been recently mentioned. You know, there's still talks of Timo Werner. I think Liverpool have now dropped their interest in Timo Werner because they're only willing to pay £30 million no more. And Werner's release clause is around 52 million. Liverpool may be planning to sign Werner next summer. You know, Liverpool may not make any signings in the summer transfer window. You know, Moussa Dembele, he's been another strike on our agenda. Haaland. We won't get Haaland in the summer transfer window. You know, we may not get Haaland till next summer or the summer of 2022, because his release clause doesn't become active until next summer, or is it the summer of 2022? And it was a shame that we didn't get Haaland in January, because he would have been an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type signing and that. So there you go. So yeah, big decisions to be made in the summer transfer market and that. But like I said, you know, we need to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer more time at the club. We're really doing that. Like I said, Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Alex Ferguson era. He's our 4th permanent manager. Like I said, we sacked 3 managers since the Alex Ferguson era, and that was David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho on that. But in the last 6 or 7 years, we've spent close to the £1 billion range on recruiting players in. We've recruited over 30-odd players in since the Ferguson era. You know, you had Moyes, he recommended Fellaini and Juan Mata. Fellaini's no longer at the football club. Also, too, you had Louis van Gaal. He brought a lot of players in, did Van Gaal. He brought Di Maria in, Falcao, Schneiderlin, Depay, Daley Blind, Rojo, Darmian, Herrera, Martial and Shaw, who of course are still here. So Van Gaal recruited a lot of players in, but Van Gaal got rid of a lot of the players that we had under Ferguson. Jose Mourinho recommended 11 players into the football club, you know, and the vast majority of the players that Mourinho brought in are now still here. So let's just put into the equation Solskjaer is inheriting them, you know. So yeah, we recruited a hell of a lot of players in the last 6 or 7 years or so. Like I said, we haven't dominated English football since the Alex Ferguson era. The vast majority of our success came under Ferguson. You know, Ferguson did endure 26 years at Manchester United, won a total of 38 major honours. We was always competitive in the transfer windows under Ferguson as well. He developed a lot of young players and that. One of the most decorated managers of all time. Don't forget though, Ferguson didn't win out in his first 4 years at the football club when, you know, from 1986 to 1990 he didn't win anything, you know, when we recommended him in from Aberdeen and that. But I hope we can win the league next season or within the next 2 to 3 years because, you know, we haven't won the league since 2013. The last time we won it was in Alex Ferguson's last season and that. But my perception on Solskjaer is give him another season. And if it doesn't work out, that's when, you know, I would get rid of Solskjaer. Like I said, he's a club legend. He was a great player for us for 11 years. He flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance and that. My reservations about him is that, you know, his approach to the games against lower opposition haven't been so good. He's inexperienced as a manager, but the longer he remains in the managerial job at Man United, he's going to be gaining more managerial experience. Obviously, before he was at us, he was at Mould, won a couple of Norwegian titles with Mould, and before he was at Mould, he was at Cardiff. And he got sacked from Cardiff, did you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But he only enjoyed a short tenure with Cardiff, only managed around 29 games and that. So there you go. He's promoted the youth well as Solskjaer. Some of the young players in that have been given their chances, but some young players have found their appearances limited at the football club. You know, like I said, we've got around 9 players' contracts that are due to expire as well next year. So obviously, you know, this is something else we do need to sort out. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.